The tragedy on Mount Everest, 1996. In May 1996, Mount Everest, the world's tallest peak, became the setting for one of the most harrowing tales in mountaineering history. What began as a triumph for two commercial expeditions quickly unraveled into a nightmare as nature proved its unforgiving power. The day started with optimism. Climbers from two groups, adventure consultants, led by seasoned guide Rob Hall, and Mountain Madness, headed by the charismatic Scott Fischer, were making their way to the summit. After weeks of acclimatization and careful planning, they aimed to conquer the mountain on May 10th, but trouble loomed from the start. Delays plagued the ascent. Bottlenecks formed at critical points like the Hillary Step, where climbers waited for others to navigate the narrow path. Some struggled with oxygen, while others hesitated, burning precious daylight. Despite their goal to turn back by 2 p.m. to ensure a safe descent, some climbers pressed on, eager to reach the top. By the time they summited, clouds had begun to gather, a warning of an approaching storm. The descent turned chaotic as darkness fell, and the storm hit with full force. Winds howled at 70 miles per hour, temperatures plummeted to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and visibility dropped to near zero. Exhausted, disoriented, and running out of oxygen, climbers became stranded across the South Col. Rob Hall, still high on the mountain, stayed with a climber who was too weak to descend. Despite calls over the radio urging him to save himself, Hall refused to leave his client. As the storm raged, he made one final call to his wife in New Zealand, telling her he loved her and their unborn child. He died soon after. Scott Fischer, battling severe exhaustion, also succumbed to the mountain. Others, like Beck Weathers, were left for dead in the snow but miraculously survived. Weathers, nearly blind and suffering severe frostbite, staggered back to camp after spending hours exposed to the brutal elements. In the aftermath, 8 climbers were dead, and the climbing community was left to grapple with questions about the ethics of commercial expeditions, decision-making under pressure, and the unpredictable power of nature. The tragedy of May 1996 remains a stark reminder. Everest is not conquered. It is endured, and sometimes it demands the ultimate price.